So what? Your shoes don't smell so new. So what? Your mind is set like glue. So what? I gave you everything. So what to you means nothing. So watch your eyes, they shine right through. So what if they don't have a clue? So what if you have things to do? So what if I just can't have you? I can't have you. I can't have you.
Which is a special day. What a great day.
Absolutely. Fantastic here at everyone. WCYR, SM Channel 31.
Taking you into the new millennium live.
That's
from
right.
Redfern.
Absolutely no problems with our technology here.
Yeah, we're
So
not going to
far.
crash down, are we? We've
No,
been
no.
fully approved. Who
We
did,
have been,
Who did our Y2K checking?
Yeah,
Your good self.
accredited firm. For a very reasonable price.
was
Just
the
a bit of
price,
tweaking had to take
A
place.
few beers.
You won't get into that. We've got a great show tonight, haven't we,
We
Roz?
certainly have. As usual, we've got a fantastic lineup.
This is great. You went all out for.
Yeah, what do you, are
2000?
you a bit envious that you haven't got one?
I am. I've only got this top hat, but I mean, you know, I'm a bit over that. I think
There's something sticking out the
it's
side.
not really
of it.
radical enough for me, the top hat. I think I'd just give it away. I think we've all had enough, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a lovely touch. That was
Who's that?
lovely. That was very
I
nice.
like that.
We like that a lot.
Life is a cabaret.
Yeah, it is a cabaret. You need to get a little string bikini now.
Oh, that's on the way.
heels.
That's the next
You
show.
look just the part.
Thanks, Ross.
No problem.
So, what have we got on the show tonight? We got bands, we got comedy, we got.
We have no band, I'm afraid. False expectations. We have no band tonight. They're
all
all
part of the
out
build-up.
there playing in other
Work 'em up.
venues.
I thought we'd work them up into a bit of a lather and.
But we've got
Rip
other
'em down
things
again.
just as good. We've got other things that are far more.
We got Dan.
Yeah.
Dan the comedian.
We've got guests in. We've got Off the Planet with
Oh,
Sky.
yes,
We've
Off
got
the
a
Planet.
massive audience.
Absolutely.
Yes! Wow!
Yeah.
Kicking.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
And
for
now
coming
can you
in.
just show the other half of the studio where they're all sitting, please?
Yeah, we got some real live ones in tonight.
Yeah,
It's a real good vibe here at the studio.
That's
Come
right.
on down, join us for the 2000 show.
Yeah.
That's our 300th show or 200th show.
Our
40 minutes
300th
to
anniversary, and it's very, very exciting. We're
Mhm.
counting down already. It's only 40 minutes to go until
40
New
minutes,
Year's Eve.
39 minutes
Counting and counting.
and counting.
But don't worry, we'll tell you when it.
How's your
just
week been,
before
Roz?
12. It's been pretty good.
What preparations have you made for New Year's?
What preparations? I've been making a few New Year's resolutions.
What are they?
They are quite simply really stupid things like I must not drink so much alcohol. The chances of me doing that is quite small, really. And the others I'll treat you to later. What about you?
My New Year's resolutions are.
Are you struggling? Have you not put any thought to this?
No, not yet. I mean, it's
Can you make
still got
sure you
another
think
40
about it,
minutes,
please,
you know,
young
I
man?
mean, plenty of time.
You've got only 40 minutes to go and you need a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, cut back on the heroin probably would be one of the top of the list.
That's outrageous.
Go easy on the speed. Driving speed, I'm talking about, of course.
Yeah,
Driving
absolutely.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah. Generally, calm
Lewis
down.
Williams, that's outrageous.
Well, there we go.
Bad
Thanks,
man.
Don.
Bad man.
Thanks, Don. That's great.
Don
yeah.
wanted to get in the limelight there.
Yes.
Well done.
Just can't
You
keep
made it.
And
out
I'll
of the
do it again.
Can't keep out of the picture. Loves to get on TV, our Don does.
How done.
And
Donnie Bresco. Yes, what were you going to say?
I would just like to say the future is bright and the future is orange.
And yeah, and quoting Cable and Wireless, otherwise known as Optus in this country.
Good stuff, Roz.
What do you think we should do next? Shall we move over?
Move on, you reckon?
Move over.
Got something more exciting than us?
There's something happening in the
Can
kitchen.
it be possible?
I don't know.
What could the segment be called?
Debatable. It could be Off
The
Planet
Sky!
Thank you, Lewis. Thank you. I'd just like to mention that you look like a peacock. So maybe your New Year's resolution should be to lose a few feathers off the top of your head. Very cute from here. Very cute. But anyway, welcome to Off the Planet, everybody. It's lovely to be here again. I'm Sky Angel. And a very, very happy New Year to you, everyone that's out there watching. Happy New Year. It's been a really incredible millennium, all walks of life, and we're going to have an even better one coming up in 40 minutes, will be the start of our new millennium. Now, as usual, I'm here to present something very spiritual, environmental, something to do with you, your body, your planet, our Earth, and how we can improve our Earth in the new millennium. Now, I have a very special guest on the program. She is the Waste Education Officer for the South Sydney City Council, and she's come all the way down on New Year's Eve, year 2000. She was invited to parties, but she said, no, I'm going to come down to CTV1 and I'm going to broadcast how we can help save the environment for the year 2000. Please give her a warm welcome, Miss Janet Brodie. Hi Janet, thank you for coming on the show.
Hi Sky.
Lovely to have you here on the show. Now Janet, I know that Australia has a very high waste consumption and that's constantly increasing our waste and our consumption as a country. And I was wondering if you can give us just a brief overview about the history of that and how we've developed as a high consumption country, you know what I mean?
Sure. Well, I guess we're at the end of the millennium, and in this century alone, we've produced more waste since World War II than human beings have produced since the dawn of time. So if you take from the dawn of time to World War II and the amount of waste we produced, then our generations from World War II till now, we've beat everyone else that's come before us in how much we consume and waste. But there's good things we can do. We hear about doom and gloom, but here in Australia, there's good things that people can do in their own households. Right here in the urban part of Sydney or wherever you may live, there's things that you can do to help Australia and your local area be a better place to live as we move into the next century.
And I guess the key is focusing on what people can do as individuals, isn't that right? Like we often think, what can I do? I'm only one person, and but it's like a day-to-day living thing. There's a lot that one can do to reduce waste, isn't that right, Janet?
That's right. Say for example, you're in a household and you're thinking, what can I do to reduce waste and to help the planet? Well, something that we all do is shop and eat and throw things away. So let's have a look at shopping for a start. When we go to the supermarket or to the local grocery store or whatever, we make a decision about the type of packaging we're buying and how much of it we're buying and how we're carrying it home. And the simple thing you can do straight up is to use a cardboard carton or bring your own shopping bag along to the shopping centre when you go shopping, and be mindful of how things are packaged. A lot of that's out of our control, however we can make purchasing decisions about how much we bring into our households. Now once it's there, there's several things you can do. As you're cooking and preparing food and so on, you have food scrap waste, and then you have the packaging waste, and the average householder, yourself Sky, myself, those of us here in the studio, we all produce about the same size as a Barina car per year of waste. So you can imagine each one of us driving a Barina into a landfill at Lucas Heights each year. That's how much we produce. It's an awful lot of waste. It's about a tonne of waste. And of that amount, half of it can be composted or recycled using compost or worm farm. Another 40% is mostly recycling. And some of the common recycling things are things like aluminium cans, glass, jars, paper and cardboard, steel cans, and certain types of plastic. And so if you were at home and you were using a compost bin or a worm farm and you were recycling, your waste would reduce from 100% to only 10%. There'd only be 10% of that waste that would need to go. Be a very tiny barina, more like a matchbox car, that you could drive into that landfill every year.
And it really is about watching each thing that you do each day, like when we're talking about shopping, like taking your own bags to the supermarket, Hessian bags, your own boxes to the supermarket, or perhaps not even using supermarkets but using cooperative food outlets, and also growing your own food as well. Isn't that right, Janet?
Well, that's right. I mean, I don't know if people are aware of it, but there are ways that we've changed our buying habits. In the past, there's been fruit and veggie shops, and now there's increasingly supermarkets that people buy from. And we have several cooperative food and organic food stores here in the inner city. Alfalfa House at Enmore is one example of a cooperative where people join up by spending 5 hours a year, I think it is, where they give volunteer time, and this cooperative buys food in bulk. And when you go to the cooperative, you take along your own jar, which is refilled from a bulk outlet. I think Franklin's have something like that for Nutrigrain and nuts and things as well. But the good thing about the cooperative is that the money that's made is put back into it, and it's a non-profit cooperative, and you can actually, you're not buying all that packaging, you're reusing it. So we talked a little bit earlier on about how you can avoid waste in the first place, and that's the main thing to do. Try and be mindful of how you can avoid waste. The next best thing you can do is to reuse things and reduce the amount that you're buying. We discussed as well. But reuse is an interesting thing. I mean, lots of us probably have some second-hand clothes or second-hand books or CDs that we've bought.
I live in second-hand clothes. In fact, this caftan that I'm wearing is, I bought it, I'm doing a Titanic here. This caftan I bought actually at Roselle Markets, which is open every Sunday, which is a fantastic place for second-hand goods, furniture, clothes. And I actually got this for $5. So I thought that was quite a good deal. And I also like shopping at St Vincent de Paul as well, because that goes to charity.
That's right. So you're getting more bang for your buck if you're buying something that's already been worn before, as well as giving money to charity. And something like the caftan is a very classic piece of clothing, isn't it? I think it's probably been recycled in fashion several times. But yeah, that's a great idea. The second-hand stores, I guess those of us that still have any grandparents alive, or our great-grandparents or whatever, people were really conscious, particularly during the Depression, of how they could save on things. And it's only, us humans are very good at modifying our behaviour when we're under pressure. And the amount of supply of items during the Depression and the war years was such that people had to change their behaviour because the stuff simply wasn't there. So things didn't get thrown out. They got reused and saved and used for other ways in the household. And we have several second-hand stores, and I'd just like to tell you a bit about the Bauer Centre. The Bauer Centre is a repair and reuse centre that's also a cooperative that's been set up by a group of residents, and it's based at the Addison Road Community Centre. And what the Bauer does is they'll pick up free of charge from your home any wardrobes or bookcases or chairs or furniture or clothing. So if you're thinking of throwing things out, you can't have it made much easier than that to just make a phone call and they'll come and pick it up, and it'll then be sold on to students or to people who can't afford to buy new things, and already they're diverting a huge amount of this hard goods from the tip. And that's one great way of reusing materials as well.
And I think it's also unawareness, like particularly last week when we had our Christmas episode and I was talking about, you know, Christmas shopping and things like that. And the amount that people would be, you know, buying throughout the year, and especially at Christmas time from big department stores, not really thinking about where it came from. Where did all the plastic bags come from David Jones? There's nothing wrong with shopping at David Jones, but maybe take your own bag to David Jones, you know, where all the packaging came from, who supplied it, and was it Australian? Are we supporting Australia every dollar we spend, or are we supporting overseas? And the other issue with overseas is also that you can often be supporting slave labour without knowing it. Isn't that right, Janet?
Well, that's right. I mean, Alfalfa House, for example, weren't supplying cashews for a 6-month period because they were making a statement on the way the people in a South American country, either Chile or Peru, they weren't being treated well in the workplace, and so they decided not to. They're actually being killed during and so I mean, there's decisions that are made about where things come from.
Yeah.
Getting back to the Bauer Centre.
Yeah, that's in Marrickville, yeah?
It is Addison Road Community Centre, Marrickville.
Yeah.
And I'll just give the phone number.
Yep, great idea.
It's 9568 6280, and they pick up from all over Sydney. So if you've got any of those items like furniture or whatever that could be reused, please give them a call.
Yeah, it's also very fashionable these days, which is great for the environment, that that one is very individual with their style of clothing and of furniture. So rather than going to, say, Freedom Furniture and 10 more pine trees just got cut down to make your new sofa, go on down to the Bauer Centre and you too can be an artiste. Isn't that right?
Probably one of the great things about retro is that that's recycling fashion in happening because people have an eye for a certain style that's been reintroduced as a fashionable item.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the way that some of the furniture is produced these days as well, there's more and more plastics and material that's not wood or...
Yeah, non-organic.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and what other ways can we recycle? Like apart from, you know, like we've got our recycle bins where we put our newspapers and magazines and all of our food products and clothing and things. I remember you were saying that that Australia is actually the highest buyer of magazines in the world, or one of the highest. Is that correct?
Yeah, we love our magazines, and I think at one time there might have been an urban myth that you couldn't recycle magazines. In fact, you can, and whether they're glossy or not, you can recycle your magazines. And I think of all the urban resources that we recycle as residents, paper and cardboard and glass, and paper, magazines being paper, are the greatest volumes, and it's really well worth recycling those. The paper gets made into our newspapers and into cardboard cartons, and it's a great way of doing something in the inner city that's helping the environment, because you actually, that 40% of the waste stream that we all produce is being reprocessed, recycled into another product. I'll give you some examples of those products.
Yeah.
Like a plastic Coke bottle gets remade into eco-fleece winter jerseys, those warm, like Kathmandu sort of jerseys. And it can also, I think Coca-Cola are now using 15% recycled PET in their Coke plastic bottles, which is a good initiative. Prior to that, there was none. And glass gets, every new glass bottle has about 40% of it is recycled material and 60% is virgin sand material. And aluminium cans are the best. They're 100% recyclable, and the new product has all of the old product in it. There's no need for any virgin product. And so that's a really worthwhile way. Although it costs money in collection and transport and in power and carbon dioxide that's produced to make these secondary items. It's still saving an awful lot of money in the long term.
Yeah.
And of course those benefits to the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if people aren't already in use of recycling in their own home or in their flats, who should they get in touch with? Should they get in
Sure.
touch with South Sydney City Council?
Well, most councils now, and certainly the ones in the inner Sydney, Greater
Yeah.
Sydney metropolitan area, have a waste education officer at the council.
Mm-hmm.
And if people are interested in knowing what they can do
Yeah.
in their urban households for the environment, contact your local council and your waste education officer, and they can send you out information relevant to where you're living.
and
For
they-
example,
yeah.
can I show some of these?
Yeah, please do. They can even drop round recycled bins too if you don't have
Yeah.
one. Isn't that right?
Well, that's right. In this area, we're in South Sydney here at the moment,
Yeah.
in Redfern,
Redfern.
and we have a program called Working Together to Reduce Waste. And what that means is we're working with the community,
Yeah.
and there's someone from Gary Street, Erskineville, where is he over there, who's been recycling. And our idea is that if the community works with us, it's much easier for us to get those environmental wins by recycling more.
And do you think that it's also, the problem's also due to the population increase on the planet?
Absolutely. South Sydney Council, we have a population of 83,000, and with the South Sydney development that's occurring at the moment, the population's going to boost by 30,000 people in the next less than that, next 15 years.
Wow.
So that's an incredible population
Yeah.
boom. Consumption will go up.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is to encourage people to look at their consumption and also be mindful of how they dispose of waste.
On a daily basis.
That's right.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier about 50% of the average householder's waste is food and garden waste.
Wow.
And we all have to eat, and we all have food scraps,
Yeah.
and we all have food that's leftovers at the end of our meal. And that amounts to about 0.5 tonne a year.
Wow.
If everyone was able to put something in place like using a compost bin or a worm farm, that would reduce Australia's waste by a quarter for the whole of Australia. That
Yeah.
includes commercial and industrial. The whole of Australia's waste could be reduced by a quarter.
And just before we go on to the composting and the
Yeah.
worm farms, I want to ask you, if we continue as a nation to indulge in our consumption as we do at the rate that we are at the moment, how many years do you think we have left of our natural resources before they're all used up?
Well, there was a report made to the Club of Rome, and what they said was that they did a graph and they made a trajectory, which wasn't very encouraging. It said if we continue with our present rate of consumption, that some of those finite resources, such as things like this,
Yeah.
we won't have any left, no virgin material, by 2350.
Wow.
And so for those of us that have the luxury of certain items that we use on a day-to-day basis, our great-great-great-grandchildren won't have the luxury of using those either.
That's only like 3-4 generations away.
Yeah,
Really?
well, we're using that analogy that we started with. If we've used as much as mankind since the dawn of time to World War II, in what amounts to 60 years,
Yeah.
we've consumed more. I know our population's bigger, but our consumption is amazing. I'll just tell you a little bit about what's called the ecological footprint. In China, the average person needs 3/4 of an acre to meet their
Daily needs.
yearly needs,
Yearly
for
needs.
food.
Yeah.
Here in Australia, we need 35 acres.
Wow.
And if you look at what sort of imprint we're putting on the earth, we actually use something like 60 more times than the average Indian living on the subcontinent of India.
Wow.
So we're fairly resource hungry, we're fairly greedy, but that's part of our culture
Society.
and the way things have gone, and we've got it's all laid on, and it's very hard to say no. We've got the pressure of media and advertising, and particularly around Christmas time,
Yeah.
there's an expectation that we buy things. However, there's we're still probably number 6 in the world. There's other countries that are more consumptive than us, such as the United States.
The United States, yeah.
They're about 3 times more than us.
Wow, 3 times more.
So it's a lot of waste and a lot of consumption.
Yeah.
But this is an opportunity, particularly entering the next century, where we can stop and look at what we're doing and look at ways that we can change our behaviour. And it's not all about technological fixes. I mean, we can't just rely on technology to fix the problem. And so what we're trying to ask people to do is to instill some environmental stewardship, some personal responsibility.
Just on a daily basis.
That's right.
Yeah.
Making
Small
decisions.
Things. Yeah, making decisions.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the worm farm and the compost. It's a very exciting project. Oh, and also about growing your own food in the local garden.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
fantastic.
We might start with that one if you like. This in South Sydney, we received a government grant to look at community gardens. Now, we've got 7 community gardens, and
where are they located? Sorry.
Yeah, they're located in Newtown.
Yeah.
In Waterloo.
Yeah.
In Redfern.
Redfern, one near here.
That's right. And in the Department of Housing Estates in Waterloo, there's 3 gardens there now.
Great.
And we've got more on the way. There's one in the planning stage for the Woolloomooloo area.
Yay! That's where I live.
Oh, great. Well,
yes.
in Sydney Place, there'll be a new garden there next year.
Great.
And
this year?
This year? In however long it is. And
40 minutes? Great, yeah.
And this is community driven. Now, people in the inner city, there's very little green space for people to be able to grow things.
Yeah.
And so if there's a spare patch of land and people think, what's happening with that land, and they want to be able to grow their own food, then they should approach their local council and see if they can establish a community garden. And we've had a community gardens officer who's been appointed for 2 years now, who's been coordinating and resourcing these community gardens. And if you're ever in Waterloo and you go down Pitt Street, on the corner of Pitt and Raglan Streets, there's a beautiful round garden there. And a lot of the people that live there are from Chernobyl in Russia, who immigrated here under what you can imagine are fairly desperate circumstances. And they've been able to use this garden to grow food. And it's a wonderful place. And there's some people who rely totally on the garden for their greens all year round.
And is it expensive, or is it just your time that you put in? How is it sort of run and managed?
Well, the community gardens are very much a grassroots community group.
Yeah.
And people get to set their own agenda with the garden.
Yeah.
However, council supports them with education and teaching and with resources. And the people who use the garden have learned how to compost on site, so they're producing their own free fertiliser to nourish the soil.
Yeah.
And they've planted up trees that will bear fruit.
Great.
And what you end up with is some great urban biodiversity of butterflies and birds, and there's people of all ages and nationalities that use the gardens. And so although it was set up on a waste minimisation platform, it's a community development project that's been highly successful.
Yeah, because there's a lot of fear that people won't be able to can't afford organic fruit and organic vegetables and things. But really, it's not money that we need. It's really just to take the time to actually grow our own, and then they'll be free of pesticides and free of packaging as well.
Yeah, I mean the gardens aren't using any only organic fertilisers and compost they've made themselves, and so they've got beautiful fresh fruit and vegetables which they can take home in their canvas bag or whatever, and so it's not expensive, and it's a great way of using the outdoors in the inner city, and it's a great way of meeting your neighbours and working together to produce a lovely garden.
Yeah, that's great. And also we've got the worm farm, compost, easy composting and worm farming. I want to know all about this.
Okay. Well, we talked before that we each produce about a tonne of waste a year. That does vary from area to area.
Yeah.
However, half of that amount is food and garden waste. And I live in a unit,
yeah,
and I think, well, I haven't got much of a garden. However, there's cut flowers and pot plants and things that. So although when I say food and garden waste, it can sometimes be mostly food, but these are the sort of things that go into your
compost.
Your
And it's not
compost or
just
your
for
worm
people
farm.
with gardens. Like if you're living in a flat, even if you don't have a balcony, you can still have a compost in your kitchen. That's right, isn't it?
That's
Under
right.
the kitchen sink or on the
Yeah.
bench.
I'll just show you what the worm farms look like. There's several designs. Basically, all it is a box that worms live in, and you have to trick them into thinking they're living underground. So it's usually a black box that's covered.
Okay.
And you put your food waste in there, and the worms come up and eat it, and they make a very rich organic fertiliser.
Yeah.
90% of the food that we buy is water.
Mm.
And so they also produce this worm wee, which is a liquid fertiliser that you can use on pot plants, or you can give it away as a present or whatever.
Mm.
But,
They're great Christmas presents
They
for next
are.
year.
Indeed. There's a special, our council at South Sydney, we've been selling compost bins and worm farms at cost price for several years now, and they've been quite popular with people. But if you're living in the inner city in a high-rise or a unit, then probably a worm farm is the best way to go. And there's a special deal on at the moment, a special deal.
Yeah.
Our council's one of 11 councils in the South Sydney area, and I'll just list those out so people know whether they can be involved in this or not. There's South Sydney, Marrickville, Waverley, Wallara, Randwick, Botany, Sutherland, Hurstville, Cogra, and I'm sure I've forgotten two more. Rockdale. There's one more, it'll come to me. And if you're in any of those councils in the South Sydney region, then the Southern Sydney Waste Board, as part of their Waste Not Want Not campaign, which is what this is about, it's a 3-year home composting program where they're offering a worm farm with worms home delivered for $35 or a compost bin home delivered for $30. And this is the best deal that I've ever heard of, because usually the worm farm costs $40 and the worms cost about $50, so it's quite an expensive thing usually. And they're offering a free courses for people who want to learn about how to use the worm farm. And I'll just give you their number.
Yeah.
You can either ring the Southern Sydney Waste Board or your local council and ask how they can get in touch with the composting hotline.
Yeah.
And the number for the composting hotline is 1300. That's 1300 78 78 70.
Yeah, so that's 1300 78 78 70 to find out about your composting and worm farms. Now, for people like I was saying that live in like little flats and don't have gardens, like they might say to themselves, well, what am I going to get out of having a worm farm in my kitchen when I can just throw it in the bin? You know what I mean? They might think that it's just for people with gardens, but isn't it possible that they use it for their pot plants, indoor pot plants, and also waste that's going into the rubbish bin that goes to the tip to be burnt is also producing toxins into the environment? That's true also, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. I guess unless tips catch on fire, they don't get burnt these days, but any landfill does produce toxins to the environment, and there's been some horrendous problems with those in the past. We're hoping they're better managed now. However, if you're in the inner city and you're in a unit, I tell people that the amount of knowledge you need to manage a worm farm is about the same as having a small aquarium with low maintenance fish in it. The worm farm is a box or a round, I'll just show you a picture of one here.
It almost looks like one of those tubs of pure water, about the size of one of those.
Yeah, the one on this side is a compost bin, and the one on that side is a worm farm.
So the worms wouldn't be able to crawl out, doesn't make any mess in your kitchen?
No, you wouldn't be able to put this style in your kitchen, probably on the balcony, or there's also a long square version. And you don't necessarily need to buy one of these to make a worm farm. The worms do the work. but they're not that big, and most households would have space for one. And what they do is you put your food scraps in there, and they tend to be vegetarian, the worms.
Yeah.
And if you remember when you're a kid, you know, if you cut a worm in half, people would say that both halves will grow. Well, these worms, they've got a brain in one end, and they've got 5 hearts, and they pass the food through their body where it gets sterilised. And there's actually research going on in the States at the moment, because these amazing compost worms have some anti-carcinogens that they also have in the mucus inside their gastrointestinal tract. Oh. And they make this beautiful, fluffy, rich black fertiliser, and it reduces the waste in volume from about 25 to 1. And a lot of the waste is, as I said, that all of our food has about 90% water. You end up with all this worm juice that you can either give away, or you can use it in your pot plants for better growth. Some people describe it as steroids for plants. The growth rate when you use worm juice is just incredible.
Wow.
But if you've got the space, the best way to go is a compost bin.
Great. And also we've got the Waste to Feast. Let's just quickly brief on that before we close.
Sure. The Waste to Feast is a project that was initiated to look at the amount of food waste that is produced by hotels in the inner city.
So primarily hotels?
Hotels, cafes and restaurants.
Yeah.
There's a lot of food that's turned over each day.
Yeah.
And it needs to be fresh, and so a lot of food gets wasted at the end of the day. And so what this project aimed to do was to divert the food from going as waste, and to get it off the shelf on the day that it was put out, and to go to charities so people could be fed with this food. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's food from Hotel Nico and the Millennium Hotel and the Bourbon and Beefsteak that's simply been not going to be eaten that day. And there's that. If anyone knows the size of Victoria Park swimming pool, that's the kind of amount of waste we're talking about that was diverted to charities in the inner city.
Wow.
And there's been money put up by several local governments to support this project, so that it can maintain looking at different ways that people can recycle food in the inner city.
Yeah.
It's already established in Berlin. It's called Berliner Tafel, and kids from school bring food that's readily eaten that can be passed on to other people to eat. So
wow, so it's been a very successful project.
It has, yeah. It's very big in Europe.
Great.
And this is something that can happen before it reaches the compost or worm farming stage. But if anyone is worm farming or composting at home, or they've given it a go and they're not sure and they're having problems, contact your local council and ask to speak to the waste education officer and have another go at it, because it's a great skill to learn, and it's something that I'm hoping our generations will be doing in the year 2350.
Because at the end of the day, by wasting our Earth's natural resources, we're just going to be wasting our own lives.
That's right.
You know, that's what it comes down to, and people have to not look just for today, but look for the future as well, and how every action that we take today is going to contribute to either the destruction or to the creation of our planet.
And we're about to create a new millennium.
We are. You know.
I say to people, go forth and compost or worm farm.
Yeah, that's all right. And so, just closing now, recycling everything for the new millennium, thinking every day about the dollars that you spend. Where's the money going? Is it going to good use? Worm farming, composting, growing your own food, getting in touch with your local council and with your the environment in your local community. So it's been fantastic having you on the show, Janet. It's been an absolute pleasure. Lots of informative information. If you'd like any more information, please give us a call here at the studio, and I can pass on any more information that you might like about all these exciting projects for the new millennium. So do what you can to help save the planet in the year 2000, and let's hope for a better future. I'm Sky Angel, and this has been Off the Planet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sky. Thank you. Very interesting segment. That's great. And I was just talking about the furniture pickup that you just talked about. Just last week I recall, or the week before that actually. Sounds like a good initiative to me. Emily, Emily is one of our camera people here and also couch potatoes extraordinaire.
Yep,
Correct?
that's right.
So have you got any New Year's resolutions, Emily?
Well, not to make anything hard for myself.
Okay, so you've been making life pretty hard for yourself previously?
Well, not to make any promises that I can't keep.
Ah, so you haven't been living up to your word prior to 2000?
Not to make anything worse for myself next year.
Next year, right. Okay, well that sounds like a good idea. I think we could all get something out of that. And Dan, have you got any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, not to make a New Year's resolution again.
Good. I think that's a good idea as well, because you just fall on your face with them, don't you, really? Especially as it's strange that you make them on New Year's and then you go out and do everything that you regret. 23 minutes to go until New Year's. Stay with us. Any New Year's resolutions?
Not to drink too much.
Not to drink too much. Seems to be popular. Does it work though if you tell people your New Year's resolutions, I wonder? Is it like a...
Not on New Year's Eve. You
No,
can't.
it's alright to tell people the New Year's resolutions, you reckon?
Depending on what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, have you got others that you're not telling us?
I'm holding back.
Holding back. Tell us.
I can't say.
Oh, come on. Oh, guess it. Nah, I won't go there. Alright, we've got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds or so to 2000. Roz, am I right in saying that?
You are right, and I'm itching to pull my party popper.
So am I. Oh my.
I've got to get my year 2000 hat happening.
So we got these.
Okay, the new
poppers
millennium.
ready. Everybody get your poppers out. Get your samples ready.
Yeah, Sky, what's yours?
I'm going to give my liver a rest this new year.
Well, we've obviously all been drinking far too much this year.
Definitely going to give my liver a rest, and I'm going to save some money this year, and I'm going to only follow my passions this year.
Oh. Don't get back on that one.
Yes.
We've had quite enough about your passions this afternoon.
You can never be too passionate, especially in the new millennium.
You're absolutely right. Go on, give it a whirl.
Okay, here we go. I could have been in Paris tonight, but here I am. CCB1.
How much longer? What's the countdown like?
Are we nearly in the year 2000 yet?
I think
2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go.
Oh
The
my God, I've
countdown.
been dreaming about this all my life.
You need to
Have
sing
you?
all the
Yes.
time.
Oh yeah, too right we do.
I need
Who
to what?
knows anything more than the first
song goes.
And
What
so,
What song is it?
Old Lang Syne.
Let's have a go.
Okay.
Old songs be forgotten.
Forgotten, old friends. It's the story of old friends.
Don, we should get Don in here. Don knows the words.
Syne, my
Why don't we just sing that song?
Old Lang Syne. Will something be forgot for sake of Old Lang Syne? Sorry about that. We're just getting carried away. We're just having a tuning up
Yeah,
section.
we're just tuning up. We're just tuning up. I think that's a bit of a boring I think that's a bit of a boring one to open the new millennium
Oh,
with.
it's a
I think
traditional
we
one.
should open the new millennium with something like a bit more funky, like I don't know, cabaret or Madonna.
I see that.
Take it away, Sky. It's all in your arena now. Go, Sky.
Oh,
Put your money where your mouth
cheer
is.
for the year 2000 yet? Is it time already?
No, still got another 2 minutes.
We're waiting for a song first.
45 seconds.
Are we
45 seconds.
44,
Oh.
43.
42.
41.
No, it's 39 by now. It must be.
What are you going to do after the show? Anything?
After the show, we're going out for drinks, aren't we? New Year's Eve drinks.
Are we?
And
Oh,
New Year's
okay.
Day.
Oh, you're obviously not coming. Where are you going?
No.
You know about
I'll
better
come along.
party?
I'll come along.
Oh, I got to seek something out your sleeve.
Actually, guys, don't you know I'm having a party tonight? My girlfriend and I have got a penthouse up in Potts Point. She's there at the moment, and she's throwing a party overlooking Sydney Harbour. Only, and this is true. Only I couldn't invite everyone because we're all here working. And but afterwards,
Meanwhile,
you
everybody's
can all come
watching
back
this
to
program's
the
piling off
penthouse.
down to the penthouse.
That's right, the penthouse in Potts Point.
I think 45 seconds must be up, mate.
It must be. How are we going
Have we
to
missed-
time?
have we
We
missed
don't want to
New
miss
Year's?
the new
We need
year.
the countdown.
Have we
for
missed
the
the
new
New Year's?
millennium. Bring it on.
14,
13, 12, 11,
10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year!
hit. We got hit. I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna get sued. Oh no! What's going on?
Oh my God, the whole room's
Quick, action
exploded.
station.
Oh my God,
Complete
what's happened to
bedlam
that
mayhem here.
cameraman?
What's
Oh
going
my
on?
God, I see little
Somebody do
green-
something.
The cameraman's lost his
The
head.
child's falling over. Stop stampeding on the way out.
Oh my God, look at that.
I see green
Is that a plane crashing off in the
Oh,
distance?
look at that sludge. That
I
sludge
can
is
see a
coming for
UFO,
us.
Lewis. Where are they taking you? Don't leave me.
I'm going home.
Where's that? We
Call home.
Are you going home, Lewis?
I'm going home. You go home.
Oh.
Plug back in, for God's sake.
What? The plug?
The lights,
Oh.
the lights. Oh,
Lights, camera,
Is that all it is?
action.
Just jiggle this plug. Oh,
Oh.
I just put a bit of gaffer tape around it. I thought there was something wrong with it, but
They were right.
We're
All the
coming in
computers
and
have
out.
shut
We're coming
down.
in and out.
Airplanes have crashed in the sky. The new millennium has proven to be tragic. CTV1's tragedy.
CTV1's, what do you call it when you come
we're
across
off
that?
air. God, what are we going to do? We can't live
Our
without being on air.
transmission's going to be even worse than it normally is. What a tragedy.
Yes, that
Actually,
is.
it might.
it's just
It's
the same.
same. What are they talking about?
All we can do is hear them. I don't know, have we even got voice at all, or no?
Oh, we're back! Woo! Yes!
Okay, let's try it again.
Happy New Year! And
Oh, you got two.
old lang syne, my dear. Old lang syne.
I want to be a part of it.
New York, New York.
New Year's Eve.
These vagabond shoes. Bum, ba, da, bum, da, straight bum, and step around.
We haven't got a license for that sort of carry on.
I want to
Wake up
in a city that
never
doesn't sleep
sleeps.
at night.
I want to be a part of it.
Woohoo! New York.
New Year's, New Year's.
Yeah, happy
If
New
I
Year.
could get here, I'll make it.
Anywhere but
Anyway, it's up to you. New Year's, New Year. Ah! Has to be one of the better sing-alongs we've had here on WCYR.
Absolutely great.
You're watching WCYR here on
This is
CTV1.
the year 2000.
And
This
it
is
is-
our 300th show.
That's right, Rosie, and it's our birthday, so
It is our birthday.
happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday to
ya.
we're just going wild.
Happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to ya.
Hey,
Happy.
I got an idea. What can we carry on the show with that could be totally fantastic and keep the up vibe? What do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah, I reckon.
Good idea.
What would be good? You can have anything you want.
I
Anything
think
you
I
want.
feel like a bit of a laugh.
Bit of a laugh?
Bit of a laugh.
Maybe a comedian.
Bit of a talk.
Yes.
Or maybe we could get Michael Wismar and Eddie back in.
Maybe.
One of the two. Which would you like? Comedian or
Oh.
Eddie and Michael Wismar?
Comedian.
Comedian?
Comedian. Yes, comedian.
Yes,
Make
I
it
want
so.
to laugh
I'll
with
give
the
you
New
the
Zealand.
gift of the New Year's. What you want,
Oh,
you get. Just
thank
because
you.
New Year's here on the show. Whatever you want, Roz, it's yours. Can we get a comedian up?
Comedian, please.
Please, shall we
Our
have
fabulous comedian.
Dan the man, the comedian.
Forget that. I just actually like to be the first person to say on national television, but for the first time in the year 2000. All right, there we go. Got that out of the way. Anyone's interested, in another 10 minutes, Jesus will be appearing, coming down. So if you've waited that long, oh yeah, they're telling me to do I like that one better. But no, hold on. I'm going to be like that because it's New Year. I have 25 lagers. And I'm going to look at that because you're telling me to look at that one. He doesn't have a clue, either do I. But he'll be coming down from the sky, so if there's any questions you want to ask him or, you know, whatever, if he's really real, whatever. Just a few notes because I'm not prepared tonight. Yeah, because it's New Year's. No one's ever prepared. Oh, now they're telling me to do this. You watch the confusion happen. Whoa! Look, they don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Is it this one?
It's this one.
It's that one. Great. Well, anyway, oh, sorry, have no idea. Making up. I just want to say that a lot of fashions will be coming back in the year 2000. Hitler moustaches will be back, which has sort of went out in the 40s. Should be returning a big thing, sort of in the middle part of it. Give it a sort of 100 years for the people to sort of forget about the whole thing. Fashion will be back too. We forgot about that one this last couple of decades, haven't we? But that'll be back, so there'll be new spacesuits with little zips and all sorts of things. I'm not doing comedy tonight, I'm just explaining what's going to happen in the new millennium. There's no band on tonight, so I thought I'd play some egg guitar. Heard of air guitar? Well, this is egg guitar. If anyone actually knows how to play this properly, come down to the studio now. Watch out, Jesus might jump on you, but come on now. So I'm going to play a song. Any requests from the audience?
New York.
New York. We've heard that one. All right, but start spreading the egg. Oh, anyway, I don't know, one of these things. Well. Oh, I had to get a grip on it down. All right, there we go. All right, I think I'm better now. Yeah, I'll start with the jokes. Actually, I had a good Christmas. I was actually, oh no, why not? Look, it's all here, it's all here. This is all New Year's. This is all what television's going to be like in the new year. No one's going to moan. We've got one of them on there already, yeah. Sit there a minute. Sit there. It's Christmas again. Welcome to the first Christmas of the century. Bit early, but better be early than never things. So, yeah, making up as I go along. If anyone, I never got any Christmas presents, so if anyone wants to send me a late Christmas present, I do have a suggestion. I would like a pet fish. Why for that camera? A pet fish, because my pet fish died the other day. Yeah, a beautiful little goldfish called Chips just passed away. Apparently forgot it was a fish and drowned. Because they have a 3-second concentration span, you know. So they go, I'm a fish. I'm a fish. I'm a fish. What the fuck am I? And they die. It's a very, very sad thing. So what I did is I took the dead fish out into the backyard to bury it, which is a stupid thing, because I live in Sydney and I don't have a backyard. So I thought I went inside and I got out my cigarette lighter and I thought, oh, I'll cremate it, you know, I'll do something. Oh no, well, you know, but I didn't, because my flatmate comes home, right? Suddenly comes home after walking his dog, his killer dog, actually. Well, his killer dog, Damien, and Damien the killer dog. So I said to my flatmate, I said, look, my fish is dead. We don't have a backyard to bury it in, and I'm sort of run out of gas. So, you know, have you any suggestions? And he just grabbed the thing off me, walks into the bathroom, and flushes it down the toilet. My fish down the toilet. Where are we? Where I poo, my pet fish flushed down there. And I was very mad at this, so I told him to fuck off. Twice I said that in the bonus. And but I said it, oh, come on, I mean, it's not, I said it very nicely. I said, fuck off, you fish flushing fucker, fuck off. Yeah, so he did, you see, and 24 hours later, right, he comes home, and that camera, and he comes home, and I was very mad still. I said, and he was busting to use the toilet. He was jumping up and down. I said, no, you're not using the toilet, man. No way, out of bounds for you, buddy. And he goes, why? For flushing a small fish down the toilet? I said, no, while you're at your dog died. Right, second television delay. Basically, he flushed the dog down the toilet. See, he gets a better laugh. And I said, no, I'll explain these jokes to you. What's another one? I actually wrote some of these down because I wrote some new jokes for the millennium. So this is going to be my act for the next 100 years. Wow, man, what is this? But I just had a thought. If Jesus, during the Christmas time thing, I just thought the other day, does Jesus get any of Santa's mail? Or vice versa, you know, sort of mixed up? You know, you said, I'll send it off to Jesus, I'll send it off to Santa, and someone's got confused. Because Santa's, you know, he's probably at home and, you know, what would it be? It should be sort of, Dear Santa, I'd like a Nintendo 64 for Christmas. And he goes, oh, yes, all right. Dear Santa, I'd like a Barbie doll for Christmas. Oh, that's a bit, what's the other one? Dear Jesus, oops, that's not for me. Dear Jesus, could you help my mum, for she has leprosy? Oh, geez, better redirect that one. No, maybe I can help. I'll go down and visit. Put something in a stocking. Oh, no, she's got leprosy. Maybe her leg's still in it. Oh, can't do that. And vice versa. If Jesus, dear Jesus, yes, can you help the poor? Dear Jesus, can you help the world? Dear Santa, can I have a 64 Nintendo game? Oh, I don't know. Can I make that out of wood? Ha ha, because he was a carpenter. Anyway, all right, anyway, here's something, I'm just reading this. This is not professional. You won't be seeing this on national television. You know why? Because national television sucks. There goes my career. All right, no, it does, actually. It completely sucks. Channel 9, you suck. Channel 7, you just completely. Channel 10, even worse. SBS, cool station. ABC, slightly cooler. Or less. Whatever you want. I'm not going to make you feel uncomfortable now. Oh, no. Right, anyway. I actually just invented a new board game for next Christmas. It's called Quick Finish. First one to throw the dice wins. Ha! All right. Just by myself, am I? Actually, because for Christmas I was a bit down broke, so I asked a friend, I said, could you lend me $3,000, just as you do to friends, could you lend me $3,000? And he said, sure. But he asked me to pay it back with interest. What? So every time I pay him back now, I ask how his family is. Because I'm interested. Yes, for the kids that aren't watching at home, I sort of explain the jokes. Well, this camera, that camera, oh no, freak me out. What can I do? Oh, did I sing that song? I did. I can do another one for you. If the band's not here, I can do any song. Come on, something a bit new or something. All right then. I'll do an old joke. I'm not speeding, too, by the way. I'm actually fasting. Sort of the same thing. You lose weight very quickly. Yeah, all right, good night, thank you. No, oh God, it's like a torture. This is actually a community service. I robbed a bank the other day and they said, well, you better do something funny, and this is it. But they're keeping me here for the whole decade, not letting me go. There is something here that I wrote. Some little quick things. Yeah, I went to China once. Anyone been to China? Anyone home been at China? Of course, I saw you there. You can put the bong down now, man. We've had enough of that. I'm talking to you. No, not you, him. Yeah. Anyway, so I went to China. Yeah, I wrote that down. Went to China once, and hour later, I was still there. Oh, God, this is a death, isn't it? Is that a snake? No, it's not. It's just me tripping. Because when you go to China, you've got to eat the food, because you go to Chinatown here in Sydney and you're sort of going, is this real? Is this sort of half Chinese, half Sydney sort of thing? Noodles are from Sydney and the beef, there's all things, but the ideas are all from China. So I went to try the original alphabet soup and I got ripped off, man. No MSG. But you're laughing at home, aren't you? I mean, I can see you laughing at home. I can see you all. There's a thing here. Yeah, I wrote this. I'm going to read these ones out really fast now for you, because you can write into this station. They got the address. They know where to send and phone, and you can say, I don't want to see that prick again. All right. Went to Germany for the meat-eating Olympics. Ate 300 rashers of bacon. I received the pork medallion. All right. Actually, you hear about the kids, because when I was a kid, I used to break my presents. Not that I meant to. You know, when you're given a present as a kid, a couple of days later, you break them, and you go, oh, bullshit, that for Christmas. Now it's all broken, because, true story, it was in the paper the other day, some kids were given a new toy bottom for Christmas, and by New Year's Day, they'd wrecked them. Right. This is crazy. But at this time of night, you shouldn't be normal anyway. It's the turn of the new century, can I say that? as well, the new millennium. It's just the turn in point. I love you all. Oh, so Peter Werrett. We've heard about Peter Werrett. Peter Werrett, right? This is so unprofessional. I mean, on national television and all that sort of thing. But Peter Werrett comes. Oh no, he's not. He's already home. And his wife walks in with a new dress. Look at the new dress, Peter. Wear it. All right. Hold on. That's a semi-good one. Yeah, that's a semi-good one. We can use that. Oh yes, I just had minor surgery. Got the torch removed from my forehead. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and he said that. And basically, that's me. I'm your new millennium comic. Not so much a comic, but more of a new millennium. In fact, I'm a new millennium because the last couple of weeks I did all my best stuff on this show, and anyone who's got it taped is probably saying, well, he did that last time. And ladies and gentlemen, something you've never seen before. An actual comic died on national television. Yeah, right, is that it? Can I go home now? Is that... So, is that thing going? I'll pick some flowers if I need to do any more community service. Is that getting? You make me still. Oh, ad-lib, sing a song. All right, ladies and gentlemen, rock songs. It's... Oh, no. It's the new millennium, everybody cheer. Grab your girl and grab your mate and have another beer. Well, I'm making this up as I go along. Oh, and then jump around and make a fool of yourself because everyone will be doing it and that will be on there. How are we getting there? You've probably been bored now, but probably if anyone that's actually on acid or anything, but you've got it's probably the best part of television right now. Oh, freak you out, and all sort of thing. I'm going, bye. You mean I actually did all that bullshit where you go, yeah, come on, let them sweat it.
You've got a full-time contract! That's fabulous. Now we're going to an interview with Dan. Dan, get on the set.
Already? Oh, right.
Excellent. As I was saying before, Dan now has a full-year contract and a free set of steak knives. Actually, he's only got the forks, but still, some steak forks. Coming up now, Dan with the steak forks. Dan and... My God. Poor Dan. Dan and the steak forks.
Yay, and the steak forks. That's my new band.
The egg slices. My lord. This is the longest I've been on television, eh? So, the new millennium, hey. Hey, look, it's a new year. I remember the first time I did comedy on this show. No, I don't. I've never done it, thank God. How embarrassing that would be. Imagine that. My community service took a different form.
What's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution? My community service takes the form of coming up with New Year's resolutions for other people. My New Year's resolution is, I believe... Actually, no, I don't believe I have one. And the reason is because later this year there will be large floods and meteorites and stuff like that, and the Earth will be destroyed by, fire, and the fifth part of the sea will be blood, and so on and so on. Revelations. And... So I'm not sure that, well, I suppose my resolution is to enjoy it until that comes. My father said sometime around April. It'd be good if it was a little bit later, because April's my birthday. Well, obviously not the whole month, but parts of it are. And they say after April it'll be the end of the world, so until then, party hard, I suppose. Did you have a New Year's resolution, or?
No.
You don't have a... Yeah, I believe it's better not to make any resolutions you can't keep. And... God knows I don't think I've ever kept a single resolution. Thank God. Alright, I'm going to start my segment now.
No.
Alright, I won't start my segment now.
Alright.
I think we're good to go. Now we're going to an interview with Dan.
We're here with Dan.
Yay, thank you.
Dan, you've been on the show before.
Yes, I have.
What do we get you back for?
I have no idea. I've used up all my best material and wrote some of my better material today, which I started out, but it's going to take a new century to get used to it, so I think that's fine. Right, something I did want to show you. Is this the camera? Sorry, I'm a bit like that, I'm going to tell you a trick. A lot of magicians, some of you might know it in the audience, a lot of magicians say that they don't like to give their secrets away, and
I'm going to do that. Simple trick, you probably know it. It's called basically the plastic thumb thing. Now, what magicians do is they trick you into putting hankies or things, I'm just looking for something, and disappear. Maybe this will work, but very badly, because I'm not, see, very, very tricky thing. See, in my hand, I'm going to put some paper, basically, in my hand here, get it all stuck into my hand, and very badly done, get rid of some of that, and yeah, sort of get it stuck in there, and away it's gone, except for that little bit. Did you see that? Was that magic?
That was magic.
See, it's the thumb. It's inside the thumb. So I'm going to make this thumb. Yeah, anyway, just thought I'd do that. I'm going to give some more magician tricks away later.
So you're thinking of packing in comedy and going for magic work?
I packed in comedy years ago.
Did you?
I'm just sort of hanging about, you know, the thing. It's a new comedy for the millennium. I think comedy is anything. It doesn't have to be jokes. Mm-hmm. It's just an idiot walking down the street. You laugh at someone, comedian, brilliant. Just laugh at them. That's where you're going. If you go into a comedy gig, laugh. If it's not funny, laugh. Because you're at a comedy gig. What do you expect to do? I'm even dying during the interview. This is, oh.
No, you go to a comedy gig, you expect to be made to laugh.
Well,
you don't
that's
expect
it.
to have to laugh.
Yeah. There should be nights, special
nights. In fact, I think you go in there as an audience member and you go, I'm not going to laugh.
That they do. People actually go, well,
let them try
it's a competition. Right, them, I'm not going to laugh at that. I'm not going to laugh.
Do you reckon it goes on?
Oh, all the time. And then you get that one. Normally you get someone who wants to be a comedian in the audience. And
they're the biggest hecklers.
Yeah, and they'll never ever do it. They'll never get up there, but they'll be a heckler. And a great way of getting them up, if they're making noise, you get them up yourself. Which can be a bit dodgy because you don't know what they're going to do to you when they're up there. And they have no idea what the hell to do the minute they're up there and they go, oh my God, you can't see shit, the lights are bright. And that's basically it. So we don't have to see shit like him in the audience giving us hell, you know. So, yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing.
So you enjoy comedy?
I enjoy comedy, all forms of comedy. It's a great thing. If you're going to see a new movie this year, do yourselves a favour and see Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey, about a great comedian called Andy Kaufman. Brilliant stuff. And you'll know what comedy's about when you see Mr. Kaufman. It's all different forms of stuff. Some of the best. Oh, look at those guys talking in the corner there.
Who are your heroes?
My heroes as comedians, I have a lot. Spike Milligan is my idol, wrote The Goons, genius. You've got John Cleese, you've got all those Monty Python. Tommy Cooper. Tommy Cooper was one of the best comedian magicians. He probably did the thumb thing too. He wore a red fez and always went just like that, right, rabbit, oh, it was just like that. And he was a big, tall, lanky guy and told the crappiest jokes. Oh, that doctor broke my arm in several places. Well, don't go to those places. Boom, boom. You know, it's, see, I should have used that, didn't I? Should have used that one to open up. Tommy Cooper never misses. But I don't care, it's all out there, it's all out there. This is what we warned, that's what this year's going to be like. It's going to be all out there, man.
So how did you go and see a comedy act and go, well, this is what it's all about, or do you watch it Spike on TV and just said, that's what I want to do?
I was a weird child, which is probably what every bloody comedian says. I stayed at home, never played sport. I used to buy all Spike Milligan's books and sit there and read them and pretend, you know, I was Spike Milligan. I'll write just like him. I'll just write like just him. And it got on. I worked on 2SER FM for a while writing comedy when I was 15 to see if I had this ability, but I was put down. This older guy was going, oh, you can't write comedy, you're crap, and all that crap. So now I do, if you call it that. And yeah, and I was just listening to tapes all the time, tapes and tapes and tapes. And finally, I was 24 actually when I decided to start. I went to the Comedy Store, which was in Jamison Street, and went down there to do some open mic, but they had a sign on the door saying move to Cleveland Street. It was sort of just up the road, but no longer there. And I did it from there, and I've been addicted to it since. You just keep going back for the laughs, or no laughs, which I'm used to in this business. And don't laugh at that, because I expect that, because I want to do the opposite of comedy. I want to do comedy without laughter, because it's a sort of old thing, isn't it? I mean, everyone laughs at jokes, so you know what's going on. I want to be the sort of comedian where people just go, See, he laughed. He laughed at that.
So you weren't impressed when I laughed. It's just then you were like, damn, I still haven't mastered.
Yeah, I still haven't at all. I haven't. No one's ever mastered the art of comedy. No, I'm going to say that. Oh, except Hitler, probably. Well, he was. I mean, not that he was. You know, he did some bloody nasty things, but before he did those nasty things, he was the best silent film director in history. Someone out there will get that. He was. Don't know what happened to him after Little Tramp, wasn't it? The Little Tramp. He made that movie. He suddenly was dictator and all. He made The Dictator too, and became himself. That was the movie that basically became himself. Just a little history there for that. But that was like last century. Whoa! Don't go back there.
So you're.
Am I frightening anyone
You make a full-time living from comedy.
A full half-time living. I get oranges and a bucket of water to get poured on me. So yeah, half. Yeah, it's not a living.
Sort of thing?
Oh yeah, you got to veggies. Yeah, it's not a living. It's a death. Comedy. It's it's fun. It's up. It's down. But if you ever want to do comedy, don't expect money, and certainly do not expect women to come after you. You got to be in a rock band to do that.
There are no comedy groupies. Like,
Oh, you're so funny. Yeah, there are, but they're all from a hunchback colony out at Leppington.
Leppington.
I don't know. Sorry, there is one out there. You've missed it if you haven't seen it. Yeah, no.
You're not attracted to women with hunchbacks.
Yes, that was basically a call to get those women in. Yeah, I am actually bringing any hunchback women. Come in, please. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I have a hunch. It'll be fun. It's just yeah. Anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah. In-depth question. Ask me a really in-depth question.
What's your favourite colour?
Blue. No, red. Ah! Sorry, that was from Monty Python's Holy Grail. My favourite colour. I change. I think it's with seasons, basically.
Right.
You know, I like reds. I like blacks. Purples I like until I found out what it actually meant. Someone told me that purple meant you are sexually frustrated.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Were you abused as a child?
How right are they? I was amused as a child. I was
But not
sexually
abused?
amused. No, parents used to get naked and tell me very bad jokes and stuff like that. So I was sort of amusement, yeah. I think my parents abused me in a way that they forgot I was there.
So is that why you turned to comedy, to get attention?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I wanted to be heard because I was one of those people that was having a sentence. Excuse me, nothing. But I just wanted
there to be seen and not to be heard.
Yes, exactly. So when I'm on TV, you don't listen to what I have to say. Just see me.
Just acknowledge your presence, basically.
Seen and not heard. Yeah.
Laugh or don't laugh.
Yeah.
Realise I'm
Even
there.
boo or throw stuff. Oh, that's bad. You know. I don't mind that. It's a reaction. It's a reaction. And some people. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking I was going to go on somewhere. But some people are just.
So react.
Some people.
Whatever you do, just react.
Yeah, react.
Don't smoke, just react.
That's it. We'll react if you get on the thing.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for coming in, mate. And
oh no, and everyone.
The new year in with us.
Oh man, this is good. This is history. We are a part of history. If no one knows, we are a part of history. And man, I can't wait for the year 3000. I think that's going to be really wacky. I really think it's going to be really wacky, man. 3000. There's going to be hotels in the skies with wings, and it's going to be champagne pouring from everywhere. It's going to be happening. So, sucked in. We won't be there.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for coming in. That's been Dan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Most enlightening interview with Dan, the comedian, and you can see him whereabouts?
Anywhere that sells comedy. If you know Sydney very well, that's probably nowhere at the moment, since all the comedy venues have basically closed, except the Comedy Store in the Fox Studios. Yeah, and the Bristol Arms Hotel in Sussex Street. That's only open Wednesday nights. Come down. It's fun. Free fall comedy. Get your gear off, people will laugh. Just go, blah, 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 people will laugh. It's one of those. It's a laugh factory.
Cool.
I'm going.
I want to see Dan and others like him.
I'll be in Melbourne.
Either go to a mental hospital or go to one of those venues he just mentioned.
I'm hurt by that one.
That's been Dan for yet another week, and now we're going over to none other than Donnie Brasco with Book Ends and Odds. Odds and Book Ends!
Hi, welcome to Odds and Bookends yet again. In the interest of maintaining the tradition of explaining Dan's jokes, when you want to look up Hitler that Dan was talking about as a great silent director, look under Charlie Chaplin. There you go. Little hint for the viewers at home, look under Charlie Chaplin, that's what he's referring to. Now, on Odds and Bookends this week, oh well, what the hell. On Odds and Bookends this week, we'll be talking about two books, and I'll just put it in front of my face. We're talking about Colin Wilson's Written in Blood, which charts the rise and development of forensic detection from poisoners in ancient Rome to modern serial murderers. Actually, quite a recent book with Colin Wilson, who's been around for yonks. Colin Wilson probably written more books than anyone, I think, except for anyone who I've read, except for about maybe Piers Anthony. But the only person who I know who just writes books and books and books to prove that he has actually read other books. And that is what the majority of Colin Wilson's books are, apart from obviously his fictional novels. All his sort of non-fiction books. There we go. That took me a long time. All his non-fiction books really just show that sort of erudite kind of research, where he proves that he's read 400, 500 books to write one. In this case, it's actually a real winner. Because he goes over a lot of previously touched territory, but actually sort of brings us up to speed, which other books don't necessarily, which other books on forensic detection don't necessarily do. Now, forensic detection may not be the most exciting thing in your world right now, but the way Colin Wilson writes, it's sort of like one little funny anecdote after another. And he has this wonderful style of, all you have to do to read the book, you pretty much just open the first 3 pages and you look at the table of contents, and he usually writes what every paragraph is going to be about. So he's got a little description of every paragraph in the front. And it sort of breaks down the book into fun little portions. The Nancy Titterson case, solved by a horse's hair. Poe's theory of the killer, the true solution. Let's see. Judge Cambo sentences an innocent man. Inspector Field and the clue of the dirty gloves, and so on and so on. And it's a bit like, I suppose, one of those sort of golden age of detective books, where it's all, and then he walked into the room and it was the butler, and what a surprise, after all those years of it being the butler. But honestly, very, very good in the kind of crazy style that, crazy people love. Written in Blood. In fact, anything by Colin Wilson that's not a fictional book, probably worth checking out. Crazy man. Let's go somewhere else right now. Let's go to Letters to the Future by Bob Ellis. Now, Bob Ellis, well-known Australian politician, writer, filmmaker, man about the town. This book actually really touched me when I bought it, and God, that sounds like an understatement. I was really touched by this book. I found this book touching. There we go. That's what I really wanted. I found this book really touching, I think, mostly because, and very similar to Dennis Potter in this way, Dennis Potter, the British television maker. Bad day for words today. British television maker. When they talk about their sort of religious history, and that means, sort of their upbringing in the religious schools and so on and so on. And obviously not a very well-known fact by many watchers of CTV1. I actually taught Sunday school when I was younger, and even now, in my moments of absolute panic, I sing little hymns to myself. Running along the street, fuck I'm late, and I sing little hymns to myself. And I just was touched by both of those men had really strong memories of applying biblical sort of occurrences to their own life. Oh, look, it's raining. Well, how about another flood? Oh, plague of insects, so on and so on. So I was really sort of touched by it initially because they, Bob had this sort of Seventh-day Adventist upbringing, which was all a bit strange, really. Fear of the Catholics and all, and of course, worshipping on Saturday. And obviously a lot more extreme than my upbringing in that sense. But I was sort of touched by the way that he sort of can't escape it all through his life. Now, really quickly, this is actually just a collection of his, writings through papers and, sort of forwards to other books and so on and so forth. And so in that, it's actually really sort of very neat capsules of his thought. Tiny little bomb modes kind of thing. In fact, I was touched by, there was a half-page one written after the 75 election, where I believe Labour got slaughtered, and he just sort of said, look to the future, and I thought that was pretty amazing. But anyway, look, go and read Bob Ellis, great guy. Go and see his films, except for perhaps the one about Paradise, which was all a bit odd, about ASIO annexing Queensland. Very crazy. Anyway, but obviously, if you've only got 90 minutes of your time to spare, you could go and see The Nostradamus Kid, which is a sort of glamorized version of his life, ... Otherwise, read the book. There we go. That's odds and book here. Oh no, whoa. Stop me now. I wanted to talk about my favourite product of the week, Nodos Plus. It's actually improved from Nodos because they've got a yellow package. Now, kids, don't go and ask your parents for these. Sneak them off the shelves. Oh, that's really irresponsible. I refuse. I take that back completely. Kids, don't take these at all. In fact, I believe you're not allowed to take them if you're under 15 or something. Oh no, under 12. Well, you know, boy, drug users are getting younger and younger, aren't they? You're not allowed to give it to under 12 years of age, and obviously keep it out of the reach of children, so I suppose that's up to you. Not intended for use as a substitute for sleep. No, I suppose not, really. Never mind, only I think that's funny. But I'll read the entire warning. For occasional use only, not intended for use as a substitute for sleep. If fatigue or drowsiness persists or continues to recur, consult a doctor. Yeah, I'm feeling really tired. I haven't slept in 4 days. I don't know why. The recommended dose of this product contains about as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, which is pretty disappointing, really. But I think they mean the kind of cup of coffee where you just pour the coffee into the top and then you pour the hot water really slowly so that it doesn't go over the edge. Yeah, that's the kind of coffee I like to drink. I assume that's what they're saying. Limit the use of caffeine-containing medications, foods, or beverages while taking this product, so you're not allowed to drink coffee and take Nodos, because too much caffeine may cause nervousness, irritability, sleeplessness, and occasionally rapid heartbeat. Yeah, do not give it to children under 12 years old. So honestly, you're having trouble sleeping, stop using it. Alright, that's it. Good night. Oh, wait! No. Now we'll go to Lewis. And we're talking about a trip to hell. I gotta stop using that stuff.
I love that technique. I love that technique. Go, Donnie, go! Here in the studio today, we have none other than Heather. You've seen her on cabin, but she has just had a trip from hell. Camera, please take a shot of Heather, and you can see she's had a trip from hell. How hellish was it, Heather, and where was it, and what happened, and what...
Slow down. I've just come back from holidays a little while ago, a couple of weeks.
Yep. Where'd you go?
I flew into Las Vegas, and then I flew across to New York, then I went down to Austin, and then back to New York, and then over to San Francisco, and then home.
Wouldn't they let you off the plane?
No, they just wouldn't let me off, and that was it, you know.
They wouldn't let you off the plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was wrong with this holiday?
Well, I guess it's New York. New York is the whole problem. New York is the whole problem, I think.
What's wrong with New York?
New York is a very dirty city. We're talking about recycling before. I think New York needs to get into some recycling, seriously into some recycling. You cannot go into a cafe and get a cup and saucer. Like, you have to have a takeaway cup. You have to have takeaway plates. Everything is disposable. Like, the whole of New York City is filthy, and there's streets are sort of like piled up with huge bags full of rubbish on the side of the streets. I think it's appalling. I think the Americans, they're supposed to be one of the worst people for consumption in the world, and I think it's true.
And what do they think about us Aussies? Do they think...
Well, in New York, it was like, only a couple of people said to me, "Are you English?" And other than that, you know, they didn't really care. New York centres around New York, and that's about it, I thought so anyway. That was my experience of New York.
Don't believe there's anything else up on themselves anyway.
No. But I did go to a fantastic festival called Cave Stomp, and a band called the Hate Bombs. I mean, they make terrible T-shirts, but the Hate Bombs played, very similar to the Australian band The Stems, and I sort of said to these guys, I said, "You listen to the Stems at all?" And they said, "Yeah." Yeah, Western Australian band, and like, yeah, and like, that's what happens a lot, is like, Australia has some fantastic musicians, but what happens is, like, the Americans will see these guys and they'll just go and clone them, and they'll do really well off Australian music. And that's the problem. I think we need to publicise more Australian music. I think it's important.
Right. Do you find yourself picking up a bit of an American twang and like you're just saying things?
Oh hell, honey, no.
No. You didn't. That was a shocking attempt.
I'm really bad at trying to do an American accent. I don't.
But I mean, like, it didn't just, become part of you, the American whole.
No. I mean, I thought that I would have picked up something because I pick up accents normally fairly quickly when I'm talking to people, but no, not at all. I was glad to hear another Aussie accent when I heard one, but yeah.
So did you run into many Aussie?
No. I met a girl called Judy Jetson, who's been on a mailing list that I've been on. I've been on this
Judy Jetson?
60s mailing list, and all these people talk about 60s music, and it's called Bomp. And so I met a lot of the people from the Bomp mailing list at these festivals. Stopper. Yeah, she's a Bomp girl, and she's also doing a show at 4ZZZ in Brisbane. So like, Judy was great fun. I hung out with her in both Las Vegas and New York for a little bit. Yeah, so I was really pleased that she was in New York for a couple of days.
So what else about New York? The streets? Did they confuse you, all the one-way streets and things like that?
No, not at all. New York was easy to find your way around with a map, but I didn't know that there were 2 Guggenheim museums.
You didn't even go to the...
I did go to the Guggenheim, yeah. But there are 2 Guggenheim museums. There's one down in Soho and there's one over in New York City, up sort of near Central Park. So I went to Central Park and I saw squirrels, and I have not seen squirrels ever, and that's been my favourite animal since a kid. So I took the photos of the squirrels, I admit it.
So what other notable things happened?
I'll have to tell you about the incident of catching the bus. I went to catch the bus one day, and there's this guy. I sort of like went to the bus stop in New Jersey, like a regular trip into New York for the day sort of thing, and there's this guy sort of standing there, and he's going to catch the bus, and he's got this huge bag, probably this big, full of parcels and that sort of thing, and anyway, the bus comes whizzing by, and this guy sort of like goes, "Hey, hang on a minute," and he actually catches the bus, and he turns around to pick up his bag, and I just jump on the bus, and the bus driver starts taking off, and I go, "Hey, hang on a minute, there's another guy." And when he says, oh, hang on, and so he stops, and as soon as this guy gets on the bus, he's like, "Hey man, this is a bus stop, here," and he's going the whole routine, like, well, you meant to stop, you're at a bus stop, and like the bus driver's going, "Well, you had your back turned," and then there's this guy on the bus trying to get to work, and he's going, "Look, I just want, I want to get to work," and he's going, he had his back turned. I'll vouch for the bus driver. And I'm going, but hang on a minute, he just turned around to pick up his bag. And anyway, so the bus driver calls the cops. Eventually, after 3 warnings, where this guy just sort of goes, "You've got to wait for people at the bus stop. You've got to actually pick people up from the bus stop." The bus driver calls the cops. Now, the story is Judy Jetson is also staying on the same bus line. So I say to Judy, "Let's meet in New York." And she's going to catch exactly the same bus that I'm on, but has been held up by this guy.
Right.
And so basically there's this coppers sort of come. We have to wait for the coppers to come.
NYPD Blue?
Yeah, just about,
Jimmy Smiths get out, did he?
Yeah.
And what happened? They arrested anybody? Or?
Well, they basically dragged him off the bus, and the poor guy didn't get to catch the bus. The end of the story.
So he was a poor guy. He wasn't a.
Well, I thought. Well, I don't know whether he was poor or well-to-do, but like the thing was that he just wanted to catch the bus. He created they saw him as him creating a ruckus, and like the guy didn't get to catch the bus.
So he was intent on making his point and wouldn't just sit down, sort of thing.
Yeah, but I don't think the guy was that unreasonable. But they just sort of like escalated it really quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it?
Must be how things are over there, I guess.
Must be.
What other culture shocks, if any?
Okay, I have a story.
Hell, come on.
Okay, I have a story about Austin. I was meant to stay with this guy in Austin, and anyway, apparently he was at the festival in Las Vegas, and he just talked non-stop, and he was in your ear all the time. But apparently he was picking up all the porno mags, because in Las Vegas they like hand out the porno mags in the streets.
Really?
Yeah. So
just give them away.
Yeah, they just hand them out, and it's got all your call girls in them and all your girly pictures pictures and that sort of thing. And like, there's these people that only hand them out to the guys. And
Just as a promotion for the magazine, so that you buy them. Or they
yeah,
do it
for the
all time?
prostitutes and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's.
Oh, it's a free magazine.
Yeah, it's a free magazine. They hand it out in the streets to all the guys. So, and apparently
Oh, you
this
didn't get
guy
offered
was.
one?
This guy, no, I didn't get offered one, thank goodness. And this guy was being offered the magazines, and he was taking every single one of them. Apparently, I found out later. Now I was meant to be staying with this guy down in Austin, and I thought, that's a bit of a worry. I think I'll maybe book myself a hotel or something and work it out when I get to Austin. And long and short of the story, I was over in New York, and this girl comes up and finds me. Look, Dennis has announced that you're staying with him, and he's just like telling everybody in town, you can't stay with Dennis. He'll drive you crazy. He'll drive you insane, and he's a bit. And okay, so I sort of said, all right, I'll go and find another place. And she goes, look, my friend Sue, she'll organise everything for you. So I said, okay, fine. And with Sue, it was like, I was on the plane on the way over, and this woman's sitting next to me, and she sort of said, so where are you from? And I said, oh, you know, I'm from Sydney. And she's telling the whole story, like that she's working for immigration after she grills me, asking me what kind of visa I've got and everything and how long I'm staying. And anyway, she says, look, oh, why don't you stay with Sue, my friend? Who are you staying with? And I said, oh, I'm staying with this girl, Sue. And all I had was Sue's phone number. I've never met Sue before. And
Sure, not the same person.
yeah, she said, well, why don't I drive you into town? And I said, oh, yeah, great. Anyway, so her friend turns up, and she's got this giant caddy. And
Really?
basically, I rang
Cadillac?
Sue. Sue wasn't home yet, and I knew she wouldn't be home, but she insisted on me ringing her. A blue Cadillac, dark blue Cadillac, and drives me back to her place, and she says, do you want a cup of tea? And I don't drink many sorts of tea. I actually drink green tea, and she said, oh, I've got the green tea. So she gives me a cup of green tea back at her friend's place. Then she rings up Sue, and she gets the directions, drives me over there, waits for her to open the door and let me in. And she, all along, she's asking me these questions about Sue. What does Sue do for a living? And I'm going, I really don't know. Yeah, so it was just like amazing that like I could get chauffeur driven from the airport in a Cadillac, and yeah,
And it was the same Sue, of course.
yeah.
Alright, in such a
Yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
there you go.
But there's a story every which way you turn. Austin's fantastic for music. If you want to go and see live music, go to Austin.
Did you play the pokies when you were in Las Vegas?
I didn't put one coin down a slot. I know it's disappointing, but no.
Did you see a show at all or anything like that? Or?
Unfortunately, I didn't see a show. Like, there's a lot of things to see. I went on the New York roller coaster. This is before I got across to New York. So I went across and went on this roller coaster, and it was a pretty scary roller coaster. And they give you all these photos, and I was pulling just like a silly face, and I was thinking, God, you're trying to sell me that photo.
So you didn't buy the photo?
No, I didn't buy the photo, but. I was in Las Vegas for Halloween, and it's really amazing looking at Las Vegas and Halloween. I've got some video of it.
People trick-or-treating around and stuff?
Well, no, because I was like, this whole music festival that I went to was all in one motel sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
So
and it
pretty
was
secluded.
pretty secluded. It was sort of like out from the main strip, and we had swimming pools, we had the Devilettes and that sort of thing, and they were doing like dances in 50s and 60s style bathing costumes by the pool, and then they jumped into the pool and did the whole routine in the pool.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then for Halloween, people were just like dressing up, and I was downstairs in the base part of the casino, and people just walking in with these really, really, really long arms with cans on the end of it and things like that, and like people with two heads and like the knife through the head sort of thing with a. Like,
so they make a lot more
strap.
of an effort to dress up than we do.
They make a total effort. Like there was people splattered like Carrie with blood. Totally, they had all these wonderful dresses and things. It was just amazing. They went right over the top, and like everyone's just like packed off. Everybody's come from all over America for this music festival, and they've all packed their suitcases with their Halloween gear, their blood paint, the whole works.
But you hadn't?
No, I didn't. I know. I videoed it all.
Cool. I will.
Well, one day.
I'll have a look at that.
Yeah.
But for now, Heather, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Lewis. Happy New Year.
And to you. And now coming up, I think we've got Emily.
Yeah, we got a link.
Oh, we got a link with Roz.
Go
Give it
on,
up for Roz. That's been the trip from hell with Heather. Here's Roz.
Hello, I hope you enjoyed our show so far. I'll just remind you that it's the year 2000. and it's our 300th birthday. And I think that's a little bit more important. Or maybe not. But it's a pretty exciting time for us, being our 300th birthday and the new millennium. We are just all over the shop with excitement, and we're going out for a massive party later. Yeah! Anyway, first things first, our final segment of the evening is Couch Potatoes with Emily, and I shall throw to her now. Enjoy!
Potato, Happy New Year's. It's finally here, the year 2000. Space Age. Brad Pitt has revealed that he's used to cruel taunts from ex-girlfriend Gwyneth Paltrow about his relationship with Jennifer Aniston. He admitted that it happens all the time. Gwyneth tells reporters that Brad is a slob who drinks beer in bed and often needs to be reminded to take a shower. Jennifer is furious about Gwyneth's nasty remarks and can't understand why Brad defends her all the time. And for the Bold and Beautiful fans, the end of the year sees Thorne and Macy finally setting their wedding date. Not thrilled with the good news, Thorne and Macy's parents go hell for leather, battling it out at the celebratory dinner and totally spoil the idea. However, now that Brooke has been sharpening her claws on Thorne, it's anyone's guess as to who he'll end up with. Rick and Amber are still going strong, but with Amber's cousin Becky planning to drop in for a surprise visit, things aren't looking good. Here's hoping life will be kinder to them, all in the new millennium. Kylie Minogue's in a new movie with Mickey Rourke and Debbie Harry of Blondie fame. The movie, titled Pieces of Ronnie, is a New York gangster tale about mafia life in the Big Apple. Ho hum. Kylie will also appear in a new musical written by the Pet Shop Boys. She'll play the daughter of a gay man who runs a nightclub. Gary Coleman from Different Strokes has revealed he's still a virgin at 31 years of age. Gary's recent involvement with certain charities has seen him auctioned off as a dinner guest. He was brought by a tall, blonde former college basketballer who could probably teach Gary a thing or two about playing with balls. Director Jane Campion's new film Holy Smoke centres on a relationship between a woman caught up in an Indian cult and an American deprogrammer. It's about relationships between men and women, how to love, and what happens when power is an issue in a relationship. Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall have moved back in together. Mick has returned to the family's outer London home, which Jerry won in their financial settlement. Mick reckons he wants to be near the kids all the time, but says they're not living as man and wife. They have separate bedrooms, but never mind, Jerry's been keeping her bed warm with a millionaire film producer and former Oxford graduate, who lives like a lord and is half Mick's age. Another American 70s series called That 70s Show. This show is full of Farrah Fawcett hairdos, stripy coloured t-shirts, bright floral dresses, and garish 70s jackets and pants that remind us of John Travolta's disco dancing situation in Saturday Night Fever, and it's basically a remake of Friends with a 70s slant. Naomi Campbell has been staying in a rehabilitation clinic to get her nasty temper under control. Her lover, Flavio Briatore, an Italian millionaire, told her to get it together or calm down, or he'd leave her. Naomi is so scared of losing her millionaire that she's succumbed to his wishes and has stayed put for a while for weeks. Katie Holmes will be starring next to Aussie actress Cate Blanchett in The Gift, a supernatural thriller. Kate will play a psychic who helps authorities track down a missing woman played by Katie Holmes. On the David Letterman show, Courtney Love tells us that she tries to be elegant and Grace Kelly cool, but it turns into a disaster and prefers the rock star image. She'll be in a new movie, Man on the Moon, that's due out in Australia next year. Courtney Love's character is loving and vulnerable. She plays the girlfriend of Jim Carrey and does her own wrestling in the film. In a recent interview, Winona Ryder has admitted to having anxiety attacks when she was 20-something and signed herself into a mental hospital for 1 week. Winona will star in a new film called Girl Interrupted. She plays a young author who, after her first visit to a psychiatrist, is heavily drugged and locked up for 2 years. It's a lot like what happened to American actress Frances Farmer. The story is based on the real-life story of author Susanna Kazin. I'm Emily Johnson, you're watching CTV1. Have a happy and great new millennium. Thanks for watching.
That was great.
That was incredible.
Bit of gossip for the millennium. And here we are, just the three of us. Lewis has gone
Just
home.
the three of us.
No, Lewis has had enough.
Who needs Lewis? Lewis in his dolphin shirt. Lewis, for God's sake, get in the set.
You don't want to miss the final moment.
We've got something for you. We've got something for you.
Yes, the final moment of the final show.
Red condom.
The 300 show.
Yes! God, big finale, isn't it?
It is the big finale.
Is it the fireworks I hear that we arranged? Oh, yes. Cool.
No, they're playing our song. Actually, I had a question for you, Lewis. I was looking over your condom from before.
You keep your hands off my condom.
No, I was just looking.
He's been looking over your condom for quite a while
Yeah,
now.
I've been coveting your condom. It says 100% electronically tested, and I actually didn't know what that means because I don't watch television.
However, I've enlightened him.
For expansion and everything,
They get this massive metal thing.
I love the way she does it.
Control yourself. I know it's you.
It's like the novelist.
And they vibrate it and they do all sorts of
Rigorous
things.
testing.
That's right.
Get crash test dummies.
Exactly, that's what they
Smash
do.
their condoms into walls and see if they tear or break or anything like that.
So I thought you'd be like pleased to know that
It's already been put
probably won't let you down on that.
Good stuff.
Here's Emily. Yay! Everybody squash up.
Alrighty. Well, that's been another show, I guess, for CTV1, WCYR.
We're off to party.
Party.
Hope you're having a good start to your new year so far.
Throw another glass of champers down.
Yeah, but not at the TV. And if anyone's interested, I'll see you at Marrickville Golf Course in about 5 minutes. That's where we're going. Big party at Marrickville Golf
going
Course.
on to
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, I don't think I'll be going there.
Oh, well, you don't know what you're missing. Well, I mean,
Alright, that's been another show.
She's
By
a
the
party
way,
pooper.
that's it. WCYR, that's on Channel 31. We'll be back next year around February, I believe.
Yep.
Doing it all again, and yeah, we're gonna have new sets, new everything, and if you
give
wanna
us
get
some more
involved,
money.
give us a call.
And if you've
give
got
us some money.
good ideas,
Give us some microphones.
9698-2968, and we'd love to hear your
That number
thoughts.
again, 9698-2968. Yeah.
Great start to the new year.
Yep.
Come down, get involved at the very beginning, and you'll feel like you're so much more a part of it when you help, make the set and whatever, and do every aspect of it. And yeah, get involved.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
I think we're all in agreement.
Do what
on
Lewis
that.
did. Come along.
Emily's been very quiet on the end here. Come on, Emily,
hasn't got a
say
voice.
something.
Yes. No hat.
She has one now.
She has no hat.
I've got a voice.
No,
She does have a voice.
not a mic.
She's the voice, try and understand it. Whoa. Okay, thank you very much. That's the end of the show. 300th show.
301st show in a couple of weeks.
Adios.
Bye. Thank God. Bye. Lordy. No.
The fact that you call my head, the morning you make my bed, the evening you make my night warm and sweet for me. You're playing with my mind. I wake up and say I'm tired. Can't even take a step outside without you. Ask where I'm going. You think that I would be needing space across the globe. You're making my meals for free, leaving them happily. I don't have to eat my greens because you said chocolate instead. If I were to lift my hand, make pretend that I can, you'd be there depending on me. So don't you see? You think that I would be needing space across the globe? Maybe I should be quite upset.